And we are live. Hopefully, you can see me and hear me. Let me just go to YouTube and check. Let's move it back here. And still shows up coming. Now 6 people are watching. That's a good thing. Hello, Rahul. Cool. Hey, Alberto. Hey, Alberto. Okay, wait. I should mute myself here. Hello, Aditya. How is it going? Venkatesh, hi. Cool. So let me just switch to screen share and close this. My voice is echoing. Now it is fine. It's just for a moment it was because. Good morning, Nishant. Nice to see you here. Okay, let's close stuff, close. Too many tabs open. Cool. Now we are in a blank state. Hey, Manzoor. Hello. How is it going? It's good. So now actually I'm getting in the habit of doing a weekly live stream. This time I was about to skip, but thanks to Rahul in the chat, who is my colleague, we are here. So he said, go and schedule the live stream. We're like, okay, fine. Okay. So yeah, what's the plan? The link management app, right, is done. I've submitted it to Marketplace. I've yet to add screenshots and everything. Then it will be published on Marketplace. We have started using it internally. So last week or the last time, what did we I told you there was an announcement, and then that announcement went into LinkedIn. So hopefully you know by now that I have moved out of Frappe and started my own company, right? That is BWH Studios. Okay, so the YouTube channel is also part of the company now. And if you see, like from the outside, it doesn't look like I have left Frappe because I'll still continue posting educational content because I love Frappe framework, right? So now you know I am not just from the surface, right? Since I was part of Frappe, I had to praise framework and whatnot. So actually, framework is quite good and the products are quite good. That's why even I'm moving out at BW Studios, we are exclusive to Frappe. We are using ERP Next to run the company, Raven for chat, etc. etc. So this is the blog. If you haven't read already, go and read it. I have shared some interesting stories from the past as well. Yeah. Yeah, then after I posted the blog, I got feedback. Where are the likes and comments? So I added a like feature. The comments is still left, but later on. Fine, so let's start. So Frappe wants us to build a event management app for conducting the webinars. So if you see, go to events page in Frappe. Hello, Interconnectando. So probably that your company name, but hello from India. So yeah, these are the events they run on Zoom, and then there are other events like Frappeverse, right? They are uh, complete, what do you say, conferences with their own registration and payments and speakers and sponsors, etc. Right? So we want to build a product out of this, okay? And that task has been given to us and Nishant. Nishant is doing the design part of it. The front end will be built on Builder, and I will work on the back end, the app itself, and doc types, etc. Payments, right? And then we'll wire it to the front end that Nishant is building on Frappe Builder. Okay. So yeah, let's start. So the first thing is Let's open up a new whiteboard. Save file as training.xcalidraw. And now we can reset the canvas. Cool. Okay, so how do we model this, right? Let's go to Frappeverse and see what all details that we need. So actually the main entity will be the event, right? So there is an event. Come on. Event. Why is it this small? Font size LXL, so it's easily readable, right? So we have an event. Then we have, this is fine. What I want right now is actually this page, right? We need speakers, that's for sure. Let's duplicate this. We need speaker management, okay? Then what else? Sponsors, that is also one thing we need. Sponsors, okay. Then we have what else? So I'm just mapping out the entities. This ultimately will translate to some doc type and then we'll build up relationships and whatnot. Ticket, actually ticket is also a very core doc type. And this will bring in complications. When you see, when we are thinking as a product, right, we will have to give the user a way to set this ticket structure where they will define, okay, these are the ticket tiers which a person can choose from. Maybe this one includes a ticket, this one includes a meal, there is a free ticket, maybe, right? So that we'll have to model. But yeah, let's just keep it simple for now and start. Sponsors is there, then organize it, right? So because if I go to Figma, Nishant has shared the design with me, which is work in progress. But let me just pull it here and show you. He's a great designer, by the way. He's in the chat if you want to ask anything. Okay. So this is the landing page, right? This will show upcoming events. That is fine, event entity. So event category, this is also one thing, right? So let's write it down. Event category. Okay. So what category does that event belong to? So the user should be able to set up different categories and allocate, um, what do you say? So Raj says, hi Hussain, how can you apply for BW Studios as a developer? Right now we are not hiring online or remote developers, only in person. So if you are still interested, drop an email at hr@buildwithhussain.com and we'll get back to you. So this is fine. Past events is fine. This actually events. Okay, my account is that is normal. Let's go back to details. Register, remind me later about the event, featured speakers. Schedule. Schedule is something that is important, right? For each event, you have some sort of schedule, and this can be multiple days. So this right now it is day one, day two. Maybe there is a three-day event. So the user should be easily be able to spin up doc types, and our UI should be able to handle it, right? So let's say there is a schedule. Okay. So let's keep everything singular. That is fine. So speaker and schedule are somewhat related. And then schedule will have, generally in this Frappe versus case, in the design, actually, where is the design? Yeah. These are talks and these are speakers, right? So actually we'll need a doc type, or let me just close some things, and we'll need talk. And when there is talk, there will be proposals, right? So then we have proposal. So submit a proposal for the talk. Okay. What else? Venue details. Okay, this can be part of the event and not a separate entity. Host. Okay. So why host? Because if you're building a platform for events, right? Yeah, venue, as Abdul Hafiz says, where is the venue, right? So we can keep it as a separate entity or make it part of the event. We'll see. Let's keep it like mentioned it for now. We have not decided on okay, it should be a doc type. What else? Host is there. Let's not forget host. Host is more related to the sponsors, I guess. So we'll have to decide as well whether there can be multiple hosts. So remote internships, we have a condition for that. So drop an email. We'll let you know that there is a test for it for internships. But yeah, we are actively hiring, so that is for sure. Sorry for remote folks right now. Okay, let's bring it here. Alan says, hi Hussein, which city do you think has a better tech scene, Mumbai or Bangalore? I think you guys are in Mumbai. So yeah, Frappe's main office is in Mumbai. Tech scene, Bangalore is good at scene creation, I guess. But Mumbai has the vibe, a different vibe. Okay. And I haven't been much to Bangalore anyways. 14 people are watching, that is nice. Why did I come to this page? I wanted to go somewhere else. Yeah. So now events are there. In the host, what is this? Registration is there. Remind me later. That is fine. So we'll come back to these details even later. But let's see what else Nishant has designed. So some sort of bookings, right? So if I see the design closely, I will see it has which event did you book for, how many tickets. So multiple tickets can be booked at once, and what was the charges and cost, if any, and then maybe in there you get your invoice, etc. So let's also add that. So ticket will be related to registration. So what will happen is one of your teammates will register, right, for three people, and then we'll generate three tickets on payment and whatnot. We'll see. Okay. QR code, etc., etc. That will be details. That is fine. So profile is nothing but the Frappe's user. So we won't create a new doc type for user, but we will create some doc types for saving this preferences and company details. Okay. And category we already wrote down. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. Just one more glance. So if I see here, there is a propose event button. Okay. So if I think if we deploy it as a product and then running it as a platform is something else, where you are providing a platform where people can come and host their events, right? In that case, you will need this proposal workflow of event as well, where you are proposing event. I want to conduct this. Maybe it's related to open source, right? So maybe people want to use Frappe's platform out of the box, and then that is also possible. Cool, it is fine. Now let's where is the formatting thing? Doesn't show up. Yeah, now it shows up. So I want to group things. So ticket registration is fine, right? Event category is simple enough. Host and sponsors is something related. And venue is also related to event. Okay. This is fine. Anything else you guys can think of? That might be okay. Let's start. So there is one issue. We can't name the doc type event because event is already a doc type of Frappe. And this time around, I have created an empty app, pushed it to GitHub, and ready to go. So it's inside builder and slash event is the empty app, just one commit. Why doesn't it let me? The comment box is gone. I am not able to comment from OBS itself. I'll go to YouTube. Nope. What is happening? Yeah, this is where I want to post it. Yes, I have shared the repo URL. It's an empty repository. No, just what Frappe gives you when you run bench get app and whatnot, right? Some schedule items will not be talks. That's a note we can keep. So we can keep notes as well here. Schedule. Okay. Notes. Some schedule items will not be talks. Okay. Okay, so pull in this if you want to follow along or do your own experiments, but it's fine. Let me just, I have this bench, and if you see in the apps, I have this events app already here. And if you see my sites directory, we have frappe events.localhost with just that app. So I have done the boilerplate stuff this time. Okay, already offline. So let's just open the app. VS Code. Okay. By project.toml. One comment. I have to comment this out for some reason every time, otherwise it keeps shouting. My rough version does not match with what framework uses, I guess. But yeah. And then we will do one thing. We will export image. I need a background. Download this PNG. Or entities. Okay. Then move this to our VS Code itself, so we don't have to go back and forth, etc. Now we can move arc here. VS Code is here, that is fine. Now we go to events dot frappe events. Frappe events dot localhost slash app administrator. Cool. If we see, we have events app, and let me just check if we are in developer mode. Yes, developer mode is also on. Cool. We are good to go. The biggest issue right now is what should we call the event doc type, right? Because event is already taken. If you see event, and this is used for tracking calendar events, right? Sync with Google Calendar and whatnot. And one peculiar thing, it doesn't show up in your awesome bar if you search. That is fine. So we can't use event. Uh, what should we call it then? One option is conference, but not all events might be conferences. Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. It has to end with event because rest of the doc types will be named on that same convention. Hi, Blender forever. Yeah, so now I get what Hafiz is trying to say. Room, hall where talk is going on. So this event venue is something else, but there is this track, right? Where you have this, what do you say? Maybe parallel sessions that are going on, right? Track one, track two. That also we can handle. Fine, let's go to doc type and name it not event, but it's an issue. Events module. Mm, can ChatGPT help here? Oh, Gemini. On to Sino for event. Will that help? Yeah, something like FE event. If I don't find something better, that is the way to go. Happening, episode, circumstance. Okay, took the wrong milestone landmark. Okay, it's treating event as in generic event. Conference is one thing that gives a formal meeting for discussion, gathering. It's fine. Let's call it FE event. Create and continue. We can anyways rename. It's not a thing that like okay, it's set in stone or anything like that. Okay, now we have to decide what fields do we need, right? So we can keep the design in handy as well. So let's move design here. We'll see. We need a start date, right? Date. Start date. It's mandatory. Okay. The title or the name of the event. So now one decision is whether this should be unique. Frappe was India 2025. So next year it will be 2026. But webinars can have same name. Okay. So let's go with title for now. This will be the title of the event. It has to be there. So mandatory. Okay. Fine. And now I'll go back. Let's first create a category. Event category. Module event. So this will have naming set by user. Okay. So just the name should suffice of the event category. Okay. And then I will go back and add a link field here. Category event category. Okay, this is also mandatory. So title, category, start date. So what else? This is, I think, the venue. So we can start with small text. That is fine. Venue. But now the thing is, venue is only applicable for offline events where you have some place to go. But in case of online events, you don't have this, right? So maybe a field, medium, and then online, in person, probably for later, hybrid. Maybe it's a live stream plus that thing. So the default will be in person. Sort the options. No, don't sort it. It's fine. Let's bring in person above this. So medium is also one thing. We can bring it here. Okay. And let's break this down. Start date can be moved here. And we'll add one more date. End date. Save. Okay. So now if you see there is a short description, which will be one more section. Small text. Right. And what else? Category we have already created. Inside category, later on, we can have these icons of some sort. That is fine. Start time and end time. Okay. That is also needed. I'm keeping these two separate and not using a date time field is because it's harder to extract that date time and pass it in. Because if you see, it's like also used separately, right? Somewhere only dates will be shown, somewhere only time, something like that. And then end time. And we'll handle the case where end time is not available or something like that. Or even time is not defined. Probably it should be. For now, I won't make it mandatory. Then venue is fine. Register about the event. So this will be text editor. You can go with markdown as well, but it's fine. About. And this will go here. And we'll say description. Save. Yes. What else? Featured speakers. Okay, we'll get to this. Schedule is fine. Venue details. So probably it's better to have a separate venue, this thing, doc type. Because now I see there might be, okay, you might have a location link, right? Or this Google Map link. Event, venue, events. Naming set by user. Okay. Small text. Address. Then we need, for now I'll make it geolocation. Okay. Location. Address is mandatory. Hit save. Now we will go and change the venue to a link field to venue. Okay. Then make it mandatory. That's fine. Let's go back. So host has to be there. So let's go back and build the host. It's all about doc types today. Event host, events, naming set by user. Host will have their logo. So this can be attached image, that is fine. And while we are here, we will go to view settings, show title in link fields, form settings, set this logo as their image field, so it shows up nicely in the form. Title field is okay, we don't need this because the name of the event will be that. So let's okay. Event host has a logo, a name, which will automatically be there. And so right now it's LinkedIn. Maybe there is a website, there is this thing, that thing. So probably a child table, right? Where they can add their social media profiles. Okay. And automatically, if you have used YouTube or anything, they see the link and they can generate the logo of it in the front end. So software company, this will be byline can be revolutionizing the workplace since 2008. Okay. And then finally, a text editor about. Okay. So now we can come back to the event. Probably we will need to break it down into tabs, but for now, let's continue. Link field to post. Event host. And a host is mandatory. Country is there, so probably host needs doc type. Event host needs. They can also have their address. So let's do small text address link country. And by the way, one thing I forgot. Let's do it while we are here. So we have start time, end time, start date, end date, but what is the time zone, right? Because we might be conducting events all over the world. We are already Frappe West Africa, Frappe Local Indonesia, with that. So link field, because we already have a time zone doc type. Time zone, what is it called? We don't have? I don't think we have a time zone doc type. So how does that work? Recently I made a video on how we can use an autocomplete field for this. And I am forgetting this. I don't like it. I need a time zone doc type. System settings. Where is this coming from? What type of field this is? Asia Kolkata. Because this is exactly what I want. And this shows up in setup wizard as well. So let's check system settings. What is the type of this doc type? Edit doc type. It's a select field. Where are the options populated? We'll have to check. And Frappe. system settings .js. Frappe.core.doctype.y I'll read squiggly. Suppress. Suppress. I'm unable to read with this all reds. Yeah. That is exactly similar to what we did in that video. System settings.load. All time zones equal to message.time zones. There's that set value. Message.defaults. System defaults. Setup moment. Okay. We could do something similar, so we can stick to using Frappe's this thing. So let's do that instead. Ignore this one. So we will also make it a select field time underscore zone. Because if it's a data field, right, there is no restriction in inputting anything, but there should be. So time zone. Time zone. Getting some calls, but it's an unknown number, so let it be. Later I will reply. Start date, end date, start time, end time zone. We'll still have to populate this. So let's keep it parked for now. Focus on doc types. What else? Yeah, sounds good. So there are description, this venue, schedule will come to later. Speakers we have to come to. But in terms of event, we are good. Yeah, there is a banner image. So that we will add. Attach image, banner image. And we will go to settings, view settings, form settings actually. Banner, image. Okay. Sounds good. Now let's start by modeling this, the other doc types, which is speaker. So that will handle later. I'm keeping it simple. I understand that it can be different for different days. For now, I want to just get it to a place where it can model Frappeverse, which has same time and date for each day. Same end time and start time for each day. So later on, it should be probably a child table where for each day you are defining, and this can also happen, right? Where you have event on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Wednesday is skipped. So how will we that handle that, right? It might be 11, 12, and 14. So that also comes under, okay, then we'll have to make a child table and they have to define each day the event is on. That is for later. Let's keep it simple and get it working. Later on can be V2, V1.5, V1.2, whatever. So let's do speakers now. Before we do speakers, let's try to create an event and see what all we will need. We'll need some category. Let's allow quick entry for this because I want to quick entry. No, we'll have to do it in the doc type. Category, settings, quick entry form. Good. What else? Event host, settings, quick entry, byline, allow in quick entry, country, allow in quick entry, logo, allow in quick entry. Okay. What else? Venue, host, even venue, settings, quick entry, save. Cool. Sounds good. Now if we go back to event category list, let's create a few categories. Webinars, conferences, local meetups. Webinars, conferences, and maybe we export this as fixture. So out of the box, they get this. And we can add a checkbox whether it is enabled, disabled, shown on website or not. That is all will come as we build, right? Webinars, conferences, local. So this is Frappe Local. Meetups. Cool. Baraba. Event category is done. Let's go to event now. What else do we need to create an event? We need a venue because now we have a quick entry form. Let's pick up the exact venue that's in the design. Nehru Center Auditorium. Nehru Center Auditorium. Address. Nehru Center Auditorium. Worli. Doctor, there's this Lotus Colony, Worli. Cool. Host, Frappe Technologies. Logo. I have the logo. I have a lot of logos. Where is Frappe? Am I too close to the mic? Can you spot Frappe logo? Anyone? No? I have ERP next. And a lot of ChatGPT generated logos. Okay. While I search, it's easier to go and there is a Google Drive repository with all the Frappe logos. It's a public drive, so you can even access it if you want some logo someday. Logo. Let's do SVG Frappe. Download. Not private. Upload. Byline. Building better open source software. Perfect. Okay, cool. Category is conferences. Frappe Wars India 2025. Banner image is fine. We'll come back to it later. I think this section should go up because this is mandatory. So 11 September. I have to take this call. Let me just mute myself. Okay, cool. So start date is 11 September, end date is 12th of September. Start time is 7 a.m. End time is, let's say, 6 p.m., which will be 18. Time zone, let's not set it. But since we noticed a UX issue, let's fix that. This should go up. Yep. What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. Yeah, now that we have an event. Okay, I don't like this. This ID shows up here, right? We'll go to naming. Title field is title. Settings. Show title in link field. Form settings is fine. We need search fields though. We'll say start date. So wherever this is linked, it will show a start date also there. Category also maybe. That is fine. Much better. Frappe India 2025. There is banner image is not set. Let's set the banner image. I'll go back to Figma. I want to export this. Copy as PNG. Frappeverse 2025 banner. My device. I will have to clean up my downloads folder. That is the problem. Okay, here is the banner image. Not private. Upload. Okay. UI is broken now, but it's fine. This is that time zone we'll fix. And this name also is very naming we should change. Should we make it unique? If we do set by user, that means that every event will have a unique name. Is that something we can assume? Salad says, hi there from Cape Town, South Africa. Apologies for being no problem. We have just started building this app. We have created a few doc types. And now thinking about how to name stuff. If I do auto increment, event 1, 2, 3, 4, so each will get a unique integer ID. Yeah, because there is data. If I delete it, I will have to pull, and what should we do? Let's delete it because anyway, I'm not liking that name. Auto increment is good. Now I can create the event again. Frappevers India 2025 venue Nehru Center Auditorium, host Frappe Technologies, category conferences, start date 11 September, end date 12th of September. Cool. Banner image, we have it, but let's not upload it. That is fine. It's better. 1, 2, 3. ID is good. Okay, so now let's go to speakers. Now what I'm thinking is, since we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 doc types in this, so how do we want to model a speaker? That's the question. Because from experience, I know that one user can be a speaker in multiple events, right? And they need to create a profile. So speaker will also have a profile. So what we could do is, it's a many to many relationship. So one speaker can talk at multiple events and one event will have multiple speakers, right? So we'll leverage the user doc type, I guess. So actually a speaker will be a normal user, okay? We'll have the profile and everything. But this speaker will then become an event speaker. So you select the user. Okay, this is the user of this um, speaker. Mm, let's bring some water. Maybe I'll get some idea. Hey, they just so they just says, sorry for out of the topic question. That's fine. I am Drupal architect from Mumbai. I want to start with Frappe as a beginner and start building it. Do we have any series tutorial that teaches Frappe from scratch? Yes, we have. Go to frappe.school. In courses, we have this course by yours truly, Frappe full stack app development with Frappe framework. It starts from scratch, but it assumes that you know some basic coding and MVC knowledge. I think if you're working with Drupal, you will have some knowledge of this. Yeah, this has 3 lectures, huge lectures, and then assignments. So cool. Start here. Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, so let's model, then we'll see if something comes up. Event speaker. But how do we link it to an event? We can't say that, okay, we can actually. We can say, hmm, I'm not sure. Okay, let's start. We'll see it in action and then we can change. Attach image, or we pull it from the user. That is also something. So let's link it to a user. Options, user. So they need to sign up. That is for sure. Speakers. The registration people might not sign up. That is fine. So is Frappe School chargeable? No, the courses are free. There are batches where you get live training and whatnot. That part is paid, but all the courses are free. You just sign up. It's a free account creation. That's it. The platform you're signing up on, Frappe School, school.frappe.io, is also built on top of Frappe Framework. Just so you know. Okay, permissions we'll come back to later. We'll probably have a role called event manager, and then all doc type permissions will come from there. That is fine. Event speaker. So it will be having a link field to an event where they are speaking to, right? Mandatory. Yeah, we didn't give it event. FE event. Okay. Let's break it into 2 columns. Speakers can also have their name by auto increment. Title will be user. Settings. Okay. And then in event, what I will do is in the FE event, right? I want to show the speaker's link. So I can edit the doc type. I can say you are linked to speaker with the name event field. So this will show it in the connections area, right? So I can create this, select the user. Let's create a new user, Hussein at build. Let's do Faris. Faris at frappe.io. Caps lock is on. No, what is happening? Yeah, caps lock. Paris at frappe.io. Paris. Save. That is fine. Paris. Okay. This is the user, and then the title field is user. Probably it is better to have a full name field. Fetch from user full name. Read only. Should we make it read only? But it's fine. Maybe they want to change the display name. What we will do is we will say this is display name instead, right? Sorry. And then that display name becomes the title field. Much better. Won't changed. Yeah, because it doesn't keep it in sync, right? What we can do is we to go to administrator, then come back to Faris, and it changes. Cool. What else do we need in an event speaker? Basically, we need their designation, data designation, right? And their company, which is this. So designation and company. Okay, and social media links. So we'll come back to this. So we need social media links for host as well as this speakers, right? Their image. I think we can pull it from user, but if they want to override it, they can display image. Display image. And this display image, we can also pull. Can we? Let's not do that. Cool. Now the speaker looks good. Event. So user is first. This comes here. Display name comes here. Display image. It's fine. It stays here. Add a section below. Designation. Company. Cool. We are good in that terms. So let's go to FE event list. There's one speaker, Faris Ansari, right? And then we can add a checkbox here for featured. Because if you see the home page or the events page, right, there all speakers are not shown, just some featured speakers. Featured. Okay. Cool. Frappe.io slash team. Faris. Where is Faris? Here. It's supposed to be clickable. Okay, it's only clickable where the bio is available. Parth has added a bio. How do I get Faris's image? Inspect. Yeah. Aha. Save image as. Faris DP focused. Okay. RSDP focused. Yeah. Nice. Now we have the speaker image. Looks good. Designation, product. What does he write designations? Where.io. What is the designation he is using right now? Principal project product engineer. Yep. Company Frappe. Okay. This works. Now, while we are at it, I will just make sure that is featured in list view and filter. And display name in list view, in list filter. Company in list view, designation in list view. Cool. Faris Ansari, user is this, featured, designation, company, so on and so forth. Okay. Event speaker. Cool. Now we have speaker management. So that is there. What's next? And we also handle the featured speakers using a checkbox. So from the UI, we'll just get the speakers of this event where the checkbox is checked. Okay, we are making progress. Let's about the event, and this is done. This is done. This is done. Registrations will come to that's a big piece. So probably not today. Focus me. Come on, camera. Yeah. Goes out of focus and then I'm dark. So the next is how do we do schedules? So there are two options, right? Either we do child table, which is I think the right way to do is because this is ordered. It's like, okay, one child table, two child table, or just one child table where the tracks are different. Day one, day two. Yeah, even venue is done. Host is done. So only piece remaining in this whole page, except registration, is this square. So how do we model schedule? How has Harsh modeled it in FOSS United? Well, this is where earlier I used to volunteer. I still volunteer, but not that much. But if you see, I implemented 2 or 3 PRs on this. Ticketing and payments. This is what I implemented there. The first cut of it, then Harsh took over and we did some stuff. So I have some experience in this, modeling the ticket types and whatnot. But yeah, let's see how he has modeled. Let's clear the author of payments. PR. Schedule management dashboard. Introduce a new event management accessible from the added comprehensive schedule management tools. Where are the doc types? Event schedule. This is the front end piece. But since this is Frappe UI, I'm assuming CFP submission, that is different. Add schedule item. Nothing useful till now. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Very important. Thanks, Venkatesh. We need some way to say that, okay, this event is published on the website, right? Checkbox, published. Kind of follow the convention and say is published. Okay. Based on this, we will publish it or not. Good one. Benefits of build in public, right? We might have come across this later, but for now, I'm fine. Schedule. What were we doing before we did that? Yeah, we were trying to get some idea of how we can model this schedule. Has Harsh joined in the chat? Sometimes he does. Hi from Ukraine. I am a bit unaware. Seen Frappe several times, but never tried it for real. Both because it's complex tool. I am a Java developer. So the question is, Frappe used a lot in India. Where you are? I think it's used a lot all over the world. Probably at least 30,000 instances of Frappe in the world. 11 or 12,000 just in Frappe Cloud. So it's open source, self-hostable. That is known. Unknowns are a lot of them. So Zerothai uses it, right? So you can go to frappe.io slash success stories, I guess. Slash stories. Yeah, slash stories. And then you can see different regions, right? Yeah. So you can check these stories. Frappe.io slash stories. Some big names here. Okay. So, okay, we were going inside FOSS United chapters, this, that, ticketing, profile integrations, volunteering, FOSS United, doc type. FOSS event schedule. Okay. How does the JSON look like? Title, category, hall, speakers, timings. Okay. Start time, end time, schedule date, JSON. Huh. Why speaker say JSON? This ought to be a child table. Yeah, it's a child table. Okay, got it. Cool. So I think it will be a child table. Indeed. Hmm. Let's do it then. Let's create a child table. Because you can't get a child table inside a child. Yeah. That is why JSON. Now I understand. But that sounds great. We are not aware of Frappe in Ukraine. So I think what we will have to do here is, right? I'm not talking about the comment. I'm talking about here where we need. Hmm. So since you said the note, right, where not all schedule items will be a talk. Hmm. So let's create a talk first. Event talk, event, and in here we'll say what is the title of it? Title TITLE mandatory save settings naming rule auto increment title field is title settings forms settings. Okay. And then we need speakers child table. Okay. So we already have event. Where is it? Event speaker. Oh no. Now I see the problem here. If we directly link it to an event, the issue is where does talk relate to? Hmm. This doesn't work. You can't directly link a speaker to an event now. This is confusing. So what I actually want is in the talk, I want a set of speakers because there can be multiple speakers of a talk. And then featured speakers is something else. This is confusing. Okay, speakers, then event. So that link has to go away. Here I need a child table. Let's do that. Is child table, events. Talk speaker. Okay. Maybe this links to the speaker itself, right? The event speaker that we created. Okay. It's mandatory. We'll come back to it later. Now I will go in the event talk. Add a section below. I will add a table. Talks. Or no, not speakers. And this will be speaker. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, let's see. For talks, I have this speaker child table, right? Where they can add multiple speakers to a given talk. That is fine. Now, in the event, we'll add a tab. Schedule. Come on. Schedule. Okay. I will add something there. It's fine. We'll have to create a new child table. So this child table will have actually the talks. Event talk is already there. Schedule talk. Schedule item. Because it might not be a talk. So schedule item. Event. So today my focus is to get this working, the model and everything. Registrations will be the next episode. Let's see if we can do it before the next Saturday. I want to finish this app as soon as possible. So this will be a child table and this will have a link field. Okay. Now I'm thinking, can it be a dynamic link? So you select what type of item it is and then uh, say a select field type, right? Is it a talk, right? Is it break? What else can be there? Break can be there, talk can be there. That is fine. Namor is life. मैं late हो गया brother. A little bit. You can watch it later. We did a lot of stuff, I think. Too many dock types. So there is talk and break. It is mandatory. And it should be visible in the grid view. Then we need a link field to the talk. This will be the talk, right? Now this will only be mandatory. Mandatory depends on eval if doc dot type equal doc. Yeah, now we have a schedule item. We go back to event, FE event schedule, add a new table of schedule, schedule item. So type and talk. We need one more, the track, right? So how will a track be? So right now we don't have parallel tracks, but in Frappe build we do have parallel tracks. Go to frappe.io/build. Day 1, day 2, room 201, second floor. Day 2, room 102, first floor. So these are parallel tracks. So this table is separate and this is separate. We need a track, but what type of field will it be? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? So I can make it a select field, but then the user can't customize it. They should be able to create this on the fly. So let's add a doc type. Schedule, no, event track. Then we go to schedule item and we will add a link field. Track is mandatory. Okay. This will be related to an event track. In list view. So let's make this the first field. Yep. Now if we go to the event, we'll see in the schedule, we have track. Okay, but what track this is happening on? So they can create tracks as they see fit, right? Day 1 could be a track, day 2 could be a track. Then the type, then the talk. Okay. So what we could do is then split it into two. For example, in the design, right? In the design, we have this. So we'll split for each track. So day 1 will be a track, that day 2 will be a track. And in case of Frappe build, there will be 3 tracks. Day 1, day 2, first floor, day 2, second floor. Makes sense. Right now it's simple, good enough, doable. Okay, cool. Now I think done. What's the difference between this and this? Okay, it's just one track, then it shows schedule. That is UI side of things. Okay, I think we are good to go. Let's model the uh, conference now. Okay, FE event list. In the schedule, we need a track. Let's allow the track in quick entry form also. So I'm thinking all from the user perspective. They should be able to spin up events fast, talk, speakers. So one benefit we do get naming in FE event is because if you search event, right, FE event will pop up because there is no event doc type that shows up in awesome bar. Okay, schedule, track, new track, day one. Save. It's a talk and then new event talk. This also should be quick entry. It's fine. Let's go to the design. Opening. And talk needs start time and end time, by the way. Or shall we make it part of the schedule itself? That okay, this talk starts and ends. I think it should be part of the schedule. Now it's opening. The brain has started spinning. Speaker is Faris. Now let's save this. So we just have this, and now you can add more. Let's say day one, another talk. Frappe lending launch. This is probably scheduled from Frappe local Bangalore. A speaker should be mandatory. Event we should remove. It's no longer useful here. Designation. Engineering lead. Let's keep one featured and one unfeatured, so we'll know later. In this case, Dipesh. Cool. Now let's add start time and end time. Swachh Bharat. That tone is very catchy. Heard or not, I don't know. It's a tone they play in these vehicles where the municipality vehicles where they are collecting this garbage, right? Sure. Bharat song, yeah, that one. And this is the one. It's mute. It's a Hindi song, but the tone is catchy. Okay, let's go back to schedule and actually the child table we have to go schedule item and then we'll say time, start time, mandatory. Again, I'm not worrying about validations right now, right? And time is also mandatory in this case. Both should be visible in the list view as in the grid view. Cool. Now we can go back to FE event. If I'm able to capture all the details, right, that will be the point where we are okay, the model is working now. Let's go back to schedule and give it a start time of 9. We don't have to give time zone here because it's event level. So I think it should be fine. Come on. Got hang up. This also happens. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What was that? 9 to 9:30, let's say. 30 minutes. Okay. I'm not sure what is happening here. Process. What I will do is I will manually enter it. 9:30 00. Yep. Day 1 talk opening. Day 1 talk Frappe lending launch. So a nice US would be that automatically the this time becomes that the previous end time. 9:45:00. Day 1 break from 9:45:00 to 10:15:00. 30-minute break. Okay. But how do you define this break, right? If we check here, this is also one type of event, but this has a title, right? So somehow we need some text that shows up, right? Let's edit the child table. Add a data field here. Description. Let's call it break description or just description. And for this mandatory depends on, it's mandatory for non-talk event, non-talk schedule item. Eval doc dot type not equal to talk. So some documentation. So my intent is this. They will use this for this. Okay. Cool. Let's go back to FE event. We had start time and time, but let's go to schedule. And now they can give a description of this break, right? Tea break. Good. Finally, I can see it working. And now I'm able to visualize that. So when I'm going into Builder and wiring it up, I'll be easily able to get proper data and everything for this. Cool. Now remains from this page. So we have till 1 p.m., right? So we have 25 more minutes. That's a good thing. So I want social media links and time zone as well. So let's do these two things. So social media links will be. So right now I have taken Frappe as an example. Next time I think maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday we'll do one more. Where I want to pick up webinars where you have a registration link to Zoom or something. So you don't have a venue of some sorts, right? Right now I made it mandatory, but it shouldn't be. It should be mandatory in case of in-person events. So let's mandatory depends on doc. Oh, sorry, eval doc dot medium not equal to online. In that case, you provide me a venue. That is mandatory then. Cool, cool, cool. So event speakers. Now we won't need this because we have schedule. So let's go and edit speaker doc type and remove that. First, I think we will need to remove the link. Links, you are no longer related, bro. Breakup. Where is the event speaker? We don't need the event now. Just should be called a speaker. That is fine. Speaker profile is a apt name for this. Because then we can reuse this. Speaker profile. Cool. Much better. That is fixed now in the speaker profile. I need a child table with social media links. And that same child table I also need in the host. So let's create that child table first. Module is events. Focus, focus, focus. Okay. Memories Live says, suggest me a starter project in your playlist so I can learn development part. Yeah, go check out this Dubai bootcamp. That's the starter thing where you will learn the concepts of Frappe framework and everything. Then you will be able to grasp whatever I'm building now easily. So this new doc type is social media link. Yeah. Okay. Data URL. This will be URL. It's mandatory. Hit save. It should be visible in list view. It's there. Good. Now we will go in talk speaker, add a table, social media links, social media link. Cool. Similarly, we can go and do it in the host where we will say table, social media links, or SM links, we could have called it in the Pythonic name. Cool. So we can go one step further and ask them what type of link it is, but we should do it automatically. If LinkedIn is present in their name or t.co is present, something like that. Irfan caps you have completed. So watch now this doctor appointment booking app. Cool. So now we have the social media. Let's fix the time zone. So time zone is in the event. This is time zone, right? So what we will do is we will go into fe event.js. We'll uncomment it. We want the time zones. Okay. We'll go into item, open up Frappe, and look for this system settings load method. Frappe.details.moment. Oh, it's coming from moment.js. Get all time zones. It also returns system defaults. We don't need it, but I'm thinking, can I leverage this API itself and not write my own API? Oh, see, we can't use this API because if they're not system manager, it will throw an error. What I will see is whether this is available somewhere else too. Country info dot py. Where is it stored? Yeah, even allow guest is true here. Nice. This is the API I want. Where is it called? Probably the setup wizard. Not in Python side. I want it to be. Yes. Frappe.call. Let's copy this thing. Go back, paste it here, right? Callback function. I don't like this. Actually, what I want is to use the promise itself. Dot then whatever data came in. Dot message. Okay. Data dot message. So we can do object destructuring right here. And then let's go back. Settings.js. frm.setDF property with this. What is happening? All time zones. Okay, yeah, that is correct. So this will be message.all time zones. Cool, 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 cool. Let's go back. Refresh. Nice. Asia, Kolkata. Kolkata. Asia. That is why I had autocomplete, right? I will do this. Let's do autocomplete. Uh, where is it? But now it won't work with the same API, right? We'll have to do. I don't remember. I did a video and I don't remember. No, no, hello, bye bye. Code snippets. This is useful for myself. Field stick dot time zone dot subject. Fine. Uh, this will be replaced by this and message dot. Okay. Very much better. In Frappe LMS, I went a step further when I was implementing this there, right? I automatically checked the user time zone and set it as the default one. Right now, it's fine. Let's not overcomplicate this. So it is fine. Now we have fixed this as well. We still have 15 more minutes. In the meantime, let's figure out. Yeah, let's push it first. Shift G, 47 files, feet, base, doc types for events, speakers, schedule. Paraba, paraba. Sync changes. Nice. Now let's go back and Scully draw. This is done. This is no longer event speaker. This actually became just speaker profile, right? And then actually the talk had the speaker. We still have featured speaker in the talk, or we can do featured talk as well later, but that is fine. Proposal for talk is left. Track is also done. Schedule is also done. So these three are done. Ticket registration, host is done. Sponsor we can do now. Venue, event and category, these all are also done. Let's move them here. Some schedule items might not be talks. This is also done. Okay. This is also done. Host is done. Proposal for talk is left. Ticket and registrations, this is a whole different beast. Sponsors. Sponsors is what we can do now. And let's create a simple workspace as well before we wrap up. Event sponsor. Event sponsor. Events. The most important thing for sponsors is the logo. And because it will be a company, so company, or it's just, let's do set by user. That's fine. Logo is so title anyway. But no, the name is the title itself. Yeah, this one, logo. So event sponsor should be linked to an event which is mandatory FE event. Then we go back to the doc type FE. Oh yeah, we should be able to create sponsors quick entry. Track changes. There will be sponsorship proposals as well. So I want to sponsor the conference. Sponsorship proposal. Okay. Whatever I'm getting in mind, I'm writing it down. Now we go to FE event links. Your link to a sponsor via the event field. Go to the event. Now from here we can create a new sponsor. Let's pick one from the design. So Nishant, if you are there, I think we'll need some sort of sponsors here in the design. Let me just drop a comment if I can. We need a section for sponsors at Nishant. Yes. Event sponsor name. Huh. Oh yeah, this is fine. This can be VWS Studios. Maybe next year we'll sponsor. This year we can't. Now I have the logo, so that's a plus point. So we have one sponsor. Okay, there might be other details about the sponsor, but that is fine. And cool. Final thing before we wrap up, 9 minutes. Let's create a new workspace. Public workspace. Choose an icon. Probably calendar. This is good enough. Events. Type is workspace. Parent is nothing. Create. And Frappe events. Okay. Actually, I want settings. So I want this workspace to be out of the box with my app. I will go to settings. Public is fine. App is not Frappe. Hey, app should come from module. Okay. Events. If I hit save, this is events. Number card, roles, icons, parent page. Okay, now it renders in its separate own thing, events. Cool. Let's start by adding some links. Shortcut to event, FE event. Events, or we can do new event as the first link. New. So Sagar Patil says Excalidraw is useful for understanding the flow of application. Thanks for representing. I'm going to use it. Yeah, it's quite nice. Even I think we have it in Frappe Drive, Excalidraw embedded. So you can create the drawings there. Oh, So now I need one more shortcut. What is happening? Oh no, there is some bug. So create new event. Now I need one more shortcut. FE event. Label is published events, right? Let's add a filter of is published is yes, green, published, add, expand, one more, zero published. See, let's publish this one. Hey, I wanted it to be green. Yeah, it is green now. What else do we need? Host. Hosts. Blue is fine. Cyan is fine. Or cyan. Whatever you like. Yep. Can we do a list of upcoming events? Is it possible? Quick list. Happy event filters. Start date is greater than, oh, time span this month. Okay, this is useful. Events this month. Sounds good. Not the position though. Ah, yep, much better. Convert this into a spacer. Save. No data? Oh, because that event is not this month. If I do this July 24. Yep. Is useful, right? Frappe framework. Okay. Now let's go back to our app. We have 3 minutes. Event.json. This is the workspace. So let's do one thing. We will first do event sponsor. And then we'll do one commit for works. Workspace. Sync changes. Let's go back. Build with a SAM slash events. Cool. Everything looks good. Issues. Beta release roadmap. Yeah, this is. Yeah, let's have a look. This is the doc me and Nishant prepared on what do we need for the things or the pages. Category, host, user profile, my account, booking details. So this will be like the next step, registration details, etc. Okay. Even we'll integrate the payments app that we have in Frappe. Cool, cool. Any questions, anything you want to discuss for a few minutes? Should I do it live only, right? This is better. Are you getting anything out of it? Otherwise, it's fine. I can do it offline then if it's useless. Nice. Thanks, Nishant, for joining in. Live is better. I think I'll do it live. Even if it requires multiple live streams a week, that is fine. It was fun. We still have the meet left where registrations and linking it with Frappe Builder. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend.